morning. I'm having a hard time waking up this morning, but if we don't get a move on now, we likely won't make it to Malibu Rapids in time for slack time, so gotta haul up the anchor and get a move on.
I'm making coffee. This is like the third pot already. I am like ready to go.
I'm so energized.
Oh man, I'm excited. It's gonna be a nice long motor.
I am also excited. Don't let my tiredness tell you that I'm not. It's funny, I was having these weird dreams right before I woke up, and I dreamt that I had chewed on a pencil. And when I woke up, I realized it was because my mouth was so dry. I felt like I had sharp pencil shavings in it. I think I was just so thirsty after all that sailing yesterday, like 9 hours in the salty, sunny environment. Need to remember to drink water. Stay hydrated, people.
I like to hydrate and then lubricate my body with caffeine. Helps everything move around so much easier. We just gotta haul up the anchor, turn the engine on, and pop, 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 out we go.
That's the way it always goes, babe.
Very repetitive procedure out here on the water. Eat, drink, sail.
Do you think there's gonna be any wind out there in the channel?
I don't know. We'll find out when we get out there. I'm not sure about Agamemnon channel, but hopefully once we get back up into Jarvis Inlet, there'll be a bit of wind. It's meant to be have blown northwesterly 20 knots overnight out on the strait. So hopefully that'll have a little bit of like inflow up the inlet and we can kind of just puff along downwind, or at the very least it will be motoring with the wind. But we will see how we go. Anything could happen at this point. Be prepared for the unexpected.
We love the unexpected.
It's a love-hate thing. When it's not happening, you're like, oh yeah, I love the unexpected. Then something unexpected happens and you're like, oh God. Why didn't I prepare for this?
Coming.
How do I deal with this now? Anyway, very hard to prepare for the unexpected, but it's fun to think about.
Who's hauling up the anchor this morning?
It's probably me, seeing as you're having a hard time this morning.
Yeah, I just need to get some water into me.
That's alright. I'll pull it up. It's my turn. This is the entrance to Jarvis Inlet. That is Skookumchuck Narrows. We're coming from Agamemnon Channel and we're heading up the rest of Jarvis Inlet all the way to Princess Louisa in 20 miles. This is like the great crossroads of the inlet, like a four-way stop sign, but without the stopping. Thank you. This looks like amazing. Look at that.
You made the bagels.
You made the pickles. What a beautiful breakfast, Sammy. They're very good. Very, very good. I could eat like 10 of these. Luckily we have more bagels. Very spectacular, hey?
It's the closest we've ever been to mountains while in the ocean.
It's amazing, they just come like straight out. Is this considered to be busking? Should I put out a hat? We would have to have people here. From about here, Whistler is only actually about 20 kilometers as the crow flies out that way. It's pretty crazy that these mountains in the back here are what you see when you're up on the gondola looking back to the west.
So we're here a bit early, which is good. We sort of planned that.
We made it with an hour and 45 minutes to spare. So now we're just kind of killing time by drifting around here on the wind. Beats running the engine and blowing our eardrums out constantly. I've been doing that all day. We checked out the rapid. Still a couple of little white caps on it, which is indicative that the current is indeed still moving. As long as you time it at slack tide, there is really nothing to be worried about, and I think we have. Judging by the arrival of all the other boats at the same time this afternoon, I would say we've probably arrived at the predicted slack time, which is 24 minutes past high tide at Point Atkinson. So that today is 3:48 at Point Atkinson. Atkinson, thank you. At 3:48, which puts slack tide up here at 4:13 today.
A sailboat just entered Malibu Rapids, and we turned the radio on so that we could hear all the chatter. They're supposed to say, "Securite, securite, securite. This is sailing vessel Uinta, heading northbound into Malibu Rapids."
I'm excited.
So nervous.
I'm so excited. Oh. How you feeling now?
Nervous, but also not. It's weird. It's that butterflies in your stomach before you do something for the first time, and you're not sure what it's going to be like or how it's going to go. We have a horseshoe now, and there's no bananas on board, so I think we're good.
We're going in.
Securite, securite, securite. This is sailing vessel Uinta, heading northbound into Malibu Rapids. did it.
We did it. Was it easier or harder than you were anticipating?
Way easier.
Yeah, that was a piece of cake. Like, that was a walk in the park. That was probably easier than our first time trying to dock the boat.
Definitely. First time picking up a mooring ball, and
That went flawlessly.
flawlessly.
Flawlessly. Man, who taught me how to speak? No, that went really good. We just glided up to it ever so gently. Good work on the throttle.
Thank you.
And yeah, now we're in like this most spectacular anchorage I think we've probably ever been in.
You can see a glacier.
Yeah, it's just up there. You can see a mountain. See another mountain. Pretty cool.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Thank you.
There you are. Cheers, boo.
Well, cheers.
Yeah, it's been a big day of accomplishments. We did 40.7 nautical miles today.
The farthest we've ever traveled in our boat.
In 2 days, that means we've done 70 plus nautical miles. Total of 18 hours. We did 9.5 yesterday and 9.5 today.
We had our first successful passage through rapids, which were not as scary as I thought. We also picked up our first mooring ball, and it's the first time we've seen a glacier from our cockpit.
It's really hard to describe the experience of being here. The amount of work and effort and planning that it takes to get here, you know, put all that aside, even just being here and appreciating the view and your surroundings and this place. Like, there's a waterfall over there, there is a glacier up there, there are like mountains directly straight around us here that go up to 2,000 meters, and it comes down sheer drop, granite cliffs straight down to the inlet. It is super cool. What an amazing journey up here, from the seals to the eagle that we've seen swimming. I didn't know eagles could swim.
Who knew?
Who knew?